I want to share one more story with you folks. Ed Roberts used to sign all his letters. Anybody know how Ed Roberts signed his letters? Way in the back. Special ed, that was part of it. He also signed it cripple power. Okay? When I moved to Berkeley, I learned right away there were two types of people in the world. There were Crips and there were Walkies. This was Berkeley in 1974. Okay? You people that are Walkies, or another term a friend of mine used to call his attendants verticals. I love that. You people that are verticals, don't worry, eventually you'll become one of us. Yeah. Michael Petrovas called us the equal opportunity minority. Sooner or later we get you all. It doesn't matter whether it's age or race or gender or disability or sexual orientation or nation of origin or English is your primary or not your primary language, whatever it is. We have to put people in boxes. We can't do that. We have to get ourselves out of the boxes. I like to tell people we have to learn to color outside the lines. When we color outside the lines, we might make that bear blue instead of the brown bear, right? But we have to understand, folks, that when we look at things differently, we're capable of doing things that we never thought possible. People that are doing things today, I was told when I first got hurt, actually, I wasn't told, they called my family out of the room one day. And my 14-year-old sister remembers this. My mom and dad have forgotten it. They selectively chose to forget it. They told them my life expectancy was 9 years. That was 1971. 2 years ago when Christopher Reeve died, I was down in Des Moines speaking at the State DECA Conference, Distributive Education Clubs of America. Kids wanted to talk about what I thought about Christopher Reeve. So we talked about it. And that night then, I went to Denison, Iowa to speak at the Job Corps. The next day I did my assembly, then I did some small group workshops, and a kid was leaning on his forearms. And I told him that Superman lived 9 years after his injury. I was supposed to live 9 years after my injury. And I'm still here. At that point, it was 33 years post-injury. I said, why am I still here? This kid that's looking down at me, he's leaning forward, and he said with just this straight face, he says, because you're not done yet. Wow. I had him. I had him just like I've got some of you right now. Just like you get some of those people. And you feel it. You can tell. You can tell when you've made an impact. You can tell when you're that new circle. Or you've put a brick in someone else's wall. Right? Or you've built your own wall. And what will that wall look like one day? I don't know. I don't know how many experiences we're all going to have. They're not all going to be good ones. Like I said, I'm out for a couple hours. I have to go back to the hospital. I've been there for 23 days. They can't figure out what's causing my problem. But I wouldn't have missed this for the world. Mary, John, keep it up. David, you do wonderful work. And everybody, I don't know everybody here, but keep it up. Keep doing what you're doing. Right now we're in the middle of, and I'm gonna do it. Folks, there's some horrible things going on in this country. July 26, 1990, 41 signed into law the Americans with Disabilities Act. And slowly but surely, they've been eroding all 5 titles, taking away pieces. David was proud of the fact that 93% of the money that comes into the center goes to services, and I think that's wonderful. What I think would be even more wonderful is that you didn't have to beg for it. You didn't have to fight for it. Instead of being in all those offshore tax shelters. That if we just took care of the people that are important. This state was built on liberal politics, folks. You know why? A lot of the things that were done in the 70s were done because Humphrey died. Humphrey died, and he would introduce bills year after year after year into the legislature, and they'd constantly be voted down. But when Hubert died, they passed them all into law. They grandfathered them in. And Humphrey was so passionate about it. He was passionate about it because he had a grandson that had Down syndrome. And he knew that his grandson should be treated properly, should be taken care of. It didn't all start here. But a lot of it came from here. And we need to keep it going. We need to understand that the disabled population, right, to be politically correct about it, the term today, people with disabilities, right? Actually, vulnerable adult. I'm a vulnerable adult, right? You laugh. That's what they want to call me. My favorite term is poor, helpless, crippled guy. That's politically incorrect. So I like to put the two together. I like to refer to myself as the poor, helpless, crippled, vulnerable adult. Right? And put the two together. And make my time here make a difference. I don't know how many bricks I might have put in your walls tonight, or how many circles I might have affected. But it doesn't matter. I laid it out there. You've been laying it out there for 25 years, and it's going to continue to happen. Don't just do it. There's that commercial, right? I don't buy it. Literally, I don't buy it. When you know where they're made, I don't buy it. Do it better. Do it better tomorrow than you did today. Do it better the next day than you did tomorrow. And we build. And we build. And we constantly make a difference. In not only our lives, but in the lives of the people out there. Because those people are the ones that we need to make a difference. David, thank you again for allowing me to be here. Folks, you've been a great audience. Thank you. Thank you very much.